Hi everyone, my name is Aubrey, otherwise known as Mun Buns, and today we are doing a world tour of Buncraft. I have been playing on this world for 1 year now. We're almost at 10,000 days, and I think it's time for a proper world tour. I am going to start this off by saying I am in no way, shape, or form a professional Minecraft content creator, nor am I a great builder. I am learning as I go, but there's a lot to see in this world. There are a lot of other people in this world that I play with, so some of these builds are not mine and I will not be showing them off just because it's not my place to show them if they're not mine. So without further ado, let's get started. The very first thing I want to show off is, of course, my starter base for this world. So when we first loaded into this world, spawn is actually about 1,500 blocks away, but I was on a mission to look for a dark oak forest to build in, and that is what I found. And my very first base was built in the sky, which I know is kind of crazy, kind of ambitious, but I thought it was a fun little challenge. So yeah, our first base is in the sky. I'm going to go to sleep really quick. Okay, now as far as interiors go, this is definitely lacking. Most of the inside has been stripped away, and the stuff was brought to my new base. It's pretty empty in there, but I think this is a cute little cozy house to start out with. Of course, we have a carrot farm on this side and a little mob farm on this side. Okay, so moving on, the next build I would like to show is our very first storage area. I thought it would be cool to build this little underwater storage area. This area now serves as my shop for this realm. So I sell various items like totems and rockets and just some other items. We do have a trading system set up in this world where we use diamonds to buy things from other people's shops, which I think is really cool. This bottom area is now just a free stuff area, so if anybody has things that they don't want, they come and bring them here for new members to go ahead and take a look if there's any building materials or gear that they would like. Moving on, we're gonna go over to our nether portal so we can look at the design. I think it came out pretty good for the time. I have definitely improved on my building skills since then, but I still think this is a pretty neat design for a nether portal. We got these little spirals. I don't know, I think it looks cool. We're not gonna go in quite yet because we have some other stuff to show off here, and there's not very much to show off in the nether. Shout out to Helen's bee, super cute. Okay, moving on, I think the very first thing we're going to address now is the elephant in the room. And by that I mean the big, giant, massive ghast in the sky. So I actually built this during a 12-hour stream on TikTok. It was kind of a pain, to say the very least. I built it mostly out of concrete, which was a nightmare to get a whole bunch of. Yeah, so I believe the entire thing is like 64 blocks by 64 blocks by 64 blocks. So it was a lot. And then of course when the happy ghast was announced, we had to put a little baby next to it, and I just think it is so cute. It's like one of my favorite builds in the entire world, and I think it really is one of the defining features of this world as well. The newest addition to this is this little fireball that the ghast is spitting out. I think that's super cool. Adds a nice little touch. It's like a big mama protecting this little baby, the cute little baby. Inside we actually have a generic mob farm right here, which is not pretty. That's why I built the ghast. And then of course we have some happy ghast storage here as well, which I thought was pretty cool. You can fly them out the mouth. Moving on from this, we're gonna go up here to my pirate ship in the sky, which is a fairly new build. I wanted to challenge myself because I hadn't quite yet used a happy ghast for building yet. So I was like, oh, I gotta make something pretty cool in the sky. So I decided I was gonna make a big ship in the sky. I do plan on adding some more decor and finishing the interior. Right now we just have this room decorated as like a little crew's quarters where they go to sleep. And of course we have our little copper golem. He is our captain for now until we get some villagers up here. And then I don't know if you saw him wandering around, but we do have Gasper here. Get it? It's kind of like Casper. You get it. You get it. Okay, so moving on from the pirate ship build, we are going to go down here to our bouncy castle. So this big rainbow castle right here is actually a bouncy castle. It has a bunch of slime at the bottom. It's super fun. I love building this kind of thing in survival because it's kind of like what you would build in creative, you know? It's fun to have these kind of builds in survival though. So each of these towers has a little water elevator to get up, and then you can bounce around with all of your friends. And I know you're probably wondering what those honey blocks are. I actually incorporated a little bit of redstone into this build. So if we turn that on, it actually turns on a little launching mechanism. So I can get myself up here. Oop, and not hurt myself. You get it. It's not the best. I'm not great with redstone, but I think this was a cool addition. Okay, moving on from here, I think we are going to go over to my Stormwind build. If any of you have ever played World of Warcraft, you will probably recognize it. That was one of my favorite games growing up. I played it a lot as a child, and I kind of wanted to pay an homage to World of Warcraft within Minecraft, which is another one of my favorite games, obviously. I'm not the best builder, but I think this is turning out pretty good. It's definitely nowhere near completed. This is going to be a multi-year kind of project for me. I'm taking a break from it right now because I kind of got a little bit burnt out. But walking in through the gates, we have some statues. Of course, there's going to be more statues lining this walkway here, but I haven't quite built those yet. Coming around the corner, we can go into this little entry tunnel, and coming out, we start to see some of those shops that are in Stormwind. Turning the corner right here to the left, we have that iconic fountain, the bank, and of course there's going to be the auction house over here. I think it's turning out super cool already, but yeah, definitely far from finished. Let's see. Coming this way back towards the bouncy castle, just past it, I recently built this little jungle tree house village build. None of it is decorated. I just kind of felt like, again, building something that you would create as a kid on like your creative world. Like, I would build these huge, absurd tree houses, and so this is like an homage to that in a way. There's this one little area right here that is partially decorated, but other than that, it was just, you know, kind of bringing some fun little creative builds. It's not great, I am aware, but I love it. Okay, right next to it, we have our Emerald Temple. All of the pillars in this temple are actual emerald blocks that we farmed from villagers. We did at one point have our villagers in a little mini castle build that was over there, but I tore that down. I wanted to give them something a little bit nicer looking on the outside. So this is what I came up with. I think it's really nice. It's my first time actually using Japanese style architecture, and I think it is pretty good. I love how this came out. It definitely needs some upgrades on the inside. I did not decorate the inside very well, but it does house all of our villagers, and honestly, I have pretty much every trade you'll ever need, plus more open spaces for more villagers if I need them in the future. I doubt I will, but downstairs we have our farmer villagers, and then we have farms down here to get emeralds if we ever need more. Outside here to the left, we do have a little panda enclosure, which I think is super cute. I love pandas. They are a great mob. You'll notice there's a little like square right here. There's going to be a build there eventually. There's going to be a statue. I just have not gotten around to it. Coming over here, we have our PvP arena. We don't do PvP very often. It is most of the time PvP is off, but when we do, we come here and we have what I call fish slap fights, um, which I know sounds crazy and weird, but hear me out. We take all of our armor off, all of our tools and everything. We put them in this chest right here, which has some junk in it that I need to clean out. But nevertheless, we put everything in here, set our respawn point, grab a fish from the barrel, make our way out into the arena, and smack each other to the death, which is brutal, but it's so much fun. I love our fish slap fights. My favorite thing about this build is the moving, like waving flags. I think those are really nice. That was my first time trying to do something like that, and I think it came out really nice. I took a small little detour to just grab some more rockets because I was running low. We're gonna go back over here to the PvP arena and go this way. For this build, I was going for a medieval kind of tavern that's a little bit worn down for weary travelers to go to. So we have these rural wheat fields. We have a custom tree right here in the middle. Going this way, following this path. If we go up to the door, it still needs work. This is my most recent build, so I'm still working on it. I'm gonna fill in this area, maybe put some stables for people to tie up their horses. And if we come inside here, we have a bar with maybe a little kitchen so they can make food. There's a fire to warm up by. I plan on putting a villager back here to act as our little bartender to give people potions. There's some little tables for people to sit at. I think it's really cute. Eventually, there is going to be some decorated rooms up here. Oh, hello. What are you doing here? Anyways, you didn't pay rent. There's going to be some decorated rooms up top for people to stay in. So if anybody new joins the realm, they can stay here until they have a proper base built. Oh, we need to sleep. Oh no. Obviously not done because it's not mob proof. Okay, now that we have slept through the day, I do have some more plans for this area, but I'm not going to talk about those on this video. I think maybe that's for a future video. We'll see, we'll see. So moving on from here, we're actually going to go towards my new base because I haven't showed that off yet. So I'm sure you guys have seen this giant mushroom. Let me just get a faraway view so we can really look at it for a second. So we have this big giant mushroom right here, and inside houses our gold farm that I'm not going to go into detail with that because it's just a gold farm. You can look up any tutorials. Over here we have our bunny gifter garden. So anytime someone would gift me on a live, I would put their name here on the Hall of Fame. Some people have donated a lot more, so they have little bunnies named after them or little axolotls named after them, which I think this is just a good way to honor those people. I don't ever ask for gifts or anybody to donate to me, but I am super appreciative to anybody that supports me. It's really awesome. I love having you guys here. I love talking to you. So yeah, this was just my way to kind of honor you guys because you guys are awesome. So coming this way, going up this little staircase right here, this is my base. We are going to start. We have a custom little tree right here with some roses. We're going to start here at the observatory. So if we go in here, we have a little fireplace and a little reading nook area, which I think is super cute. Heading upstairs, we have our telescope and a little moon in the middle, which I think adds a lot of character to this building. I love it. If we walk inside of this telescope, there is some smoke to look like the night sky, which I think is a really, really nice touch. I don't know, I love this build so much. The observatory is probably my favorite part of the base. I don't know, I'm probably gonna say that a lot. Over here I have this little custom like creek that I made with a little bridge going over to go to our little frog enclosure we have going on. Not too much to see over there. Coming this way, inside of this tower, we have a smelting room with a lava farm. I don't use it terribly much because we do have a super smelter now, but it's here if I need it. Heading this way into this little building right here, we have a little living room with a map area, which needs to be desperately updated because our world does not look like this anymore. Right here we have an aquarium, which did have fish in it, which only has one fish now and a block missing for some reason, but just pretend it has fish in it. Up here we have a very messy bedroom with some storage and stuff. Nothing too fancy, needs a lot of decoration still. I'm not too good with interiors. Going this way, we have another little potion brewing room, which I also don't really use because I have an automatic potion brewer now. But this is here if I need it, and it's cute. It's a little aesthetic, so. Alright, coming this way, we have a little swing next to our sniffer area, which has some allays collecting their drops. Nothing to see really in there. But coming this way, we have a greenhouse, which honestly is just here for aesthetic purposes. I don't really use it for anything else. There's some azalea trees in here, some foliage, some rare flowers, pumpkins, and I think a melon. I don't know. I think it's a cozy vibe in here. I like it. Coming this way to the left, this is our armory. Now at one point this did have every single armor trim in every single color displayed, but it was causing a lot of lag in the world, so we had to put them all in chests. But yeah, that's what this was for. And then I know you're probably wondering about these mobs. These are eventually going to go into a zoo that I'm building, which I'm not going to show off the zoo because there's nothing really to show off yet. I'm just kind of outlining different areas for the mobs to go in. But these are some of the hostile mobs that we'll have in that zoo. Coming to this tower right here, if we go all the way to the top, if we can get there, all the way to the top, this is our enchanting area. So it's got all these bookshelves, it's got our enchanting table, it's got a little barrel with our lapis, and then I think some extra books right here in case we need to enchant some books. But yeah, I think this is cute. It's nothing fancy, but it gets the job done, and it has a good aesthetic feeling to it. So moving on, we can fly right out of here, go over to this tower. Now there's nothing in the top of this tower, but in the bottom, there is a little machine room with some moss farms, a sugarcane farm, a kelp farm, a glowberry farm, and I think firefly bushes because I love firefly bushes. There's also a secret room behind that wall, but I'm not gonna go over there. It's not decorated, and I just kind of keep my extra valuables there. Okay, so is that all the base? No. Okay, we have one more area of the base to go over, and then we can go over some of the other builds. So coming this way, we have this custom tree that I built right here, which also doubles as a bee farm. So we have our beehives in here. The bees will come out, they'll go to one of the many flowers surrounding it, and I don't know, it's just a very aesthetically pleasing bee farm, in my opinion. I love it, it's really cute. Moving on from here, if we go this way, we have some more mushrooms. Definitely not as big as the purple one, but some more mushrooms. I would like to add more over here. But following this path this way to the left, we have this building, which I am super proud of. This was my first time experimenting with like weird, quirky, whimsical roof shapes, and I think it turned out really nice. So we have this building right here, and then if you go inside, it actually has my super smelter in it, which isn't anything fancy, but it definitely gets the job done, and it's good enough for what I use it for. Moving on from that, if we go this way, there's a little hidden entrance, and this is how you get to my current storage room, which is a little bit of a mess right now. Just pretend these shulkers aren't here. But this is where I store all of my materials now. I do need some extra, I'm thinking about adding some extra storage maybe at the top or extra decoration. But for what it is, I think it turned out really nice. We also have this item waterfall that somebody else had built for me. But I think this is super cool. I love collecting diamond horse armor, so you'll see quite a few of those in here. It's just a kind of a cool way to show off some of the different items that we have. Okay, so moving on, if we go back up here, oh, netherite beacon, forgot to show that off. But if we go out here, through our armory, through this door, we come to my Alice in Wonderland build. Now this is still a work in progress as well, but I do want to show it off because I think it's really cool as it is right now. So right now we have these 2 card guards. Of course, this is the 5 of spades, and this is the 3 of hearts, and they are guarding the Queen of Hearts castle. Now between us and the Queen of Hearts castle is a hedge maze that I don't really want to get lost in right now, so we're just gonna skip over that and go straight to the Queen of Hearts castle, surrounded by red roses. And I'm probably going to put some farms in here. Right now it's pretty plain on the inside, but the outside, I don't know, I think it looks pretty cute. I think it looks like the Queen of Hearts castle. I'm pretty proud of it. Moving on from there, if we go to the left, we have the tea party table. So we've got a teapot, a little teacup right here, and some plates. And then of course we have all of the chairs for everybody to sit down and have a very merry unbirthday. Moving on from the tea party table, if we go this way towards the mushrooms and kind of go this way, we see the blue caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland. Now, I am super proud of how this came out. I think he is so cute. He's blowing his little smoke rings. I don't know, I just love this. I think this really screams Alice in Wonderland right here. It's top tier. So if we turn around this way, we also have all of those judgmental little flowers that Alice talks to. So you can see they're judging you with their little judgy eyes. And there is going to be a pathway going through this whole thing, so just keep that in mind as well. I have plans to build a big tree right here with the Cheshire Cat on it, and then the sign with all the directions. I think it's going to look really nice once it's all done, but it looks really good as it is. I'm really proud of this build. Okay, just had to sleep through the night there. Alright, let's move on from Alice in Wonderland. We are going to go over here to this house, which does belong to somebody else, but I was the one who designed and built it. So this is just a gothic red and black house that I designed for another member that's in this world. He does a lot of redstone farms, so this was kind of my payment to him for helping me out with some of those redstone farms. I think it turned out really nice. I really enjoy building in this style. It's a lot of fun. I think the roof is great. I don't know, overall it's just a pretty good build. And if we come over here, we have what I call Turtle Island. So this is where we do our turtle breeding. So we have some rooms with like breeding turtles, and then we put their eggs right here, wait for them to hatch. Get our turtle scoots. We don't really use it too much because, you know, turtle scoots only have 2 uses. So, but I think these islands turned out really cool. There's some towels right here. There's some custom palm trees that I had made. I think it gives a really nice vibe. You know what? Now that I think about it, we have not visited the Nether Highway yet, so let's just go take a little peek at that, and that's where we will end. Okay, looks like we made it. So this is our little Nether hub. We have some highways going out to Desert, Blaze Farm, Ghast Farm, End Portal. Then of course we have a little Nether hub over here this way. Don't mind the mess. It's messy everywhere in this world. I have so many ongoing projects, it's hard to keep track. So this is our little Nether hub. We have a piglin bartering farm over here. If we go this way, down this hallway a little bit, we do have a desert hallway that I decorated as well that I just wanted to show off. So this is what the desert hallway looks like. I think it turned out really nice. It does look like we're missing a few paintings for some reason. Not sure how those popped off. Kind of strange, but I think the hallway design turned out pretty nice. Okay, everybody, I think that about concludes our world tour for today. If you liked this video, please consider liking or subscribing. I do have plans to make more videos in the future, so if you want to see some more progress on this world, go ahead and drop a follow. Otherwise, I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you all next time.